You're talking about rationality. Oftentimes in Nigeria or in Africa, I want to say again abundantly, we are not really very rational about some issues, because if we are, we will get different results. Because the description that you are giving me now corresponds to what a lot of, to the life of many Nigerians, no? You hear people, fire, 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 fire. And the person who is saying that is telling me that they want to find a solution to somebody. And when you look at it, honestly speaking, that individual look like he's sick. He look like he's not well. Yeah. So how do I bring my problem for you to solve? So I don't, this is not something that is a kind of random. And this is kind of a mainstream behavior in Nigeria, with millions of people looking at it as the reality of life. Wow! Fire! I don't know, maybe I'm the only one that is seeing it like that. Is there something wrong with us?
I always say that if you want to hide something from a Nigerian, put it in a book. Nigerians don't like reading. I think we like more of we like things when it's easy for us. So we like flexing. We like making jokes, which is okay, but never be ignorant. So much as possible, always try to read. Things like issues like mental health can't be solved only by kabashing, speaking in tongues. It's okay to do these things, but those things have its place.
Thank you for checking out this video. Are you getting enough value from it? You see, this video was created for the purpose of adding value to you. So if this video make any sense to you, let me know in the comment section below. I'm interested in understanding what you take away from this video and if it makes sense to you, so we can provide more. And let's return to the video.
As being possessed by a devil or a witch, it just means that the person is experiencing a chemical imbalance working on the mind, not a spiritual cause. So that's the reason why mental health is taken seriously. Because if you go to your pastor will tell you fast, pray, read your Bible, speak in tongues, schizophrenia will disappear. That has its place. But speaking from a more rational angle and not an unrealistic angle, it's very important to take education, practice self-care exercises, visit a psychiatrist, a therapist, or a counselor that can lead you to the right materials that will help you to get better. Not fasting, not praying, not kabashing, not speaking in tongues. Though God can do his thing, but still you have to play your own part by taking your medication, by visiting a psychiatrist, by getting the help that you need. You can pray, it has its place, but in a more realistic angle. Please seek a medication. Please talk to a therapist, talk to a trusted friend that can lead you to the right resources, and your healing will get better. So that's what more Nigerians need to know. And that's the narrative right now. And that's the challenge right now, practicing as a counselor in Nigeria.
So you're talking about rationality. Oftentimes in Nigeria or in Africa, I want to say again abundantly, we are not really very rational about some issues, because if we are, we will get different results. Because the description that you are giving me now corresponds to what a lot of, to the life of many Nigerians, no? You hear people, fire, 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 fire. And the person who is saying that is telling me that they want to find a solution to somebody. And when you look at it, honestly speaking, that individual look like he's sick. He look like he's not well. Yeah. So how do I bring my problem for you to solve? So I don't, this is not something that is a kind of random. And this is kind of a mainstream behavior in Nigeria, with millions of people looking at it as the reality of life.
Yeah.
Wow! Fire! I don't know. Maybe I'm the only one that is seeing it like that. Is there something wrong with us as Africans, Nigeria? I'm just like putting it like that. Is there something wrong with us?
No, it's ignorance. It's ignorance. I always say that if you want to hide something from a Nigerian, put it in a book. Nigerians don't like reading. I think we like more of we like things when it's easy for us. So we like flexing. We like making jokes, which is okay, but never be ignorant. So much as possible, always try to read. Things like issues like mental health can't be solved only by kabashing, speaking in tongues. It's okay to do these things, but those things have its place. When it comes to things like mental health, you do need to be more rational and realistic. To be very honest with you, you can't pray for a schizophrenic person to start getting better when that schizophrenic person doesn't want to take his medication. A schizophrenic patient needs to take his medication to get better. No amount of prayer can lead the person to the right therapist. But God now says, okay, your prayer has led you to this therapist. The next stage is for the therapist to do his own job. So you need to take your medication. You need to sleep on time. You need to clean yourself up, barb your hair, bath, exercise, brush your teeth, wear clean clothes, look presentable in public, shave off your beard, look good, take your medication, practice self-care. But if you are kabashing, if you are speaking in tongues, if you are always praying and reading your Bible and fasting without taking your medication, you won't get better. That's just the truth. Those things don't work if you are not taking your medication. So you do need your medication all the time, even when you are kabashing and praying and reading your Bible. You need to also be rational by taking your medication on time. God can do things. I'm a lover of God, but I'm also a lover of knowledge and rationality. So I believe very well that you cannot exempt the power of medication and self-care when taking care of a schizophrenic patient or even any other person like a bipolar disorder.
I appreciate the work that you are doing. I look at it as a sensitization, bringing light into the darkness that we find ourselves in Nigeria. We are in the dark. It's not only in literary sense. I'm not talking of a figurative expression. We are literally in the dark in Nigeria. Of course, that can also be explained that we don't have light in Nigeria, but also mean that inside our mind, there is a lot of darkness that is happening there. We should look for a way to clean ourselves. If we have light inside, then the light will reflect outside too. So in 2010, I wrote a book that I titled Underdevelopment in Africa, My Hands Are Clean. So in that book, the thesis of it was really like saying that we as Africans need to look for what is our responsibility in what is happening to us. We cannot simply blame it on other people and say, oh, we have suffered slavery, which is true. We have suffered new colonialism. That's so is true. Then we have suffered from people that are interested in taking our resources, exploration, international agency, international mafia, let me call it like that, who are interested in African resources. That also is true. But that does not explain why we need to just submit ourselves as lamb to be slaughtered. So I was saying in that book that imagine somebody, a car have an accident. Now you come around to tell me that a witch is responsible for that. It is even possible that a woman have come around to confess that, oh, I am the witch that I made that happen. But the question is, have we really examined that individual to see whether what that woman is saying really makes sense? Then I say, okay, let's even leave that apart. Let's be rational. If you say that what is responsible is a witch or is a wizard, then in me, we cannot do anything about it because I am not a witch, you are not a witch, so we don't have any solution. But I say, okay, let's flip the argument around. Let's say it is not a witch. Let them understand what is happening, because in accident there are usually a couple of things that are involved. There is the driver, there is the road, there is the vehicle. Now, if we examine that the driver is not drunk, what about the vehicle? Is anything wrong with the vehicle? maybe we can find out that maybe something is wrong with the vehicle, or maybe it's the road. Maybe something is wrong with the road. If we examine these three elements, we must find a solution to the problem, because we can examine the human being that is driving the car, whether the person is drunk or not. Hi, and thank you for checking out this short clip from Obehi Podcast. I'm Obehi Ituah, the host of the Obehi Podcast. This short clip was created from a full episode where we dive deep into this conversation. To see the entire video, all you need to do is to click on the link in the description of this video. Now, while you are there, I want to share something with you quickly. Are you a purpose-driven entrepreneur? Do you want to cut across the noise and attract the right audience, leveraging the power of storytelling? Now pay attention. I'm currently working on a signature program to help you own your story and stand out for the competition. It's a 5-step journey to help reshape your professional and business narrative so you can drive success and stand out in the competition. And in less than 90 days. The link is what you see on your screen, academy.aclasses.org/story. Now this is what we have understood. Storytelling is the most powerful instrument that is known to man. And this is what this could mean to you. You could either choose to own your story and leverage it to amplify your message and whatever you represent in this world, or some other person could own that story. The choice is yours. So why don't take advantage of your story and use it wherever you are, whether you are in business environment or you are a professional individual who want to be able to build your influence and leave a legacy behind because you represent something. You are owning your story. You are somebody whose story is important. So the choice again is yours. Now let's get started with this short clip.